What was holding Britain back, it was decided, was the old-fashioned idea that the civil servant's job was simply to keep the economy stable. In 1961, the Conservative government set up NEDI, the National Economic Development Council, in what had been a gentleman's club in Westminster. It was advised by young economists convinced they could make the economy grow much faster.
Oh, yes, this is my old room. A splendid room, isn't it? Yes. I'm sorry it's all boarded up, the windows there, because, you know, there's a balcony out there. As you know, the growth target of NEDI was 4% a year between 1961 and 1966. And I had visions of myself getting out onto that balcony and at the end of 1966 proclaiming to the cheering crowds below, 4%, we've done it.
Many of this generation of economists had been taught with the aid of a large machine worked by water. Built by Bill Phillips, an engineer turned economist, it has lain disused for years.
That powers these two parts over here, which is where money can actually come into the economy. The actual water flowing around is the money going through the economy.
That enabled you to illustrate, for instance, what would happen if you try to grow the economy, pump more money into the economy. For instance, you could increase government expenditure and see what the effect of that is through the workings of the economy, the interaction of all the variables on growth. Of course, if the economy is very prone to imports, people might simply spend their money to import foreign goods. Or if the economy is operating at a high level of activity, then that would lead to inflation.
NEDI's economists did not have a new theory, but they believed they could use existing techniques in a new way. They saw themselves as followers of the economist Maynard Keynes. He had shown how to manage an economy by increasing or decreasing demand. The problem was that every time you increased demand too much, imports flooded in and wages rose. But NEDI's economists were convinced they could control a boom. They would plan investment in industry and the government would hold inflation down. The bad old days of stop-go would be over.
1%, and what a way to fare. A lousy little 1% and paradise is here. An extra little effort and the country's gonna boom.
Our plans for the future of Britain in the coming year are clear and comprehensive. We have accepted with enthusiasm the NEDI target of a 4% growth rate, and all our actions have been designed to achieve it. This nation must not jog along. This nation must be inspired with the determination to achieve great things.
Factory owner called his men and said, I'm confident you'll rally to the challenge and produce that 1%. And up then spoke a worker, do our wages rise or what? And the boss said, most amusing, and sacked him on the spot.
By 1963, the economists' promises seemed to be coming